Hey everybody, so this video I'm going to take a look at Habs backup goalie for next season. This is the time of the year usually I'd be doing mock drafts, speculating on the playoffs, obviously speculating on the drafts, and the free agents that Montreal might go after. But with all the unknown, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when the season's going to end. They haven't officially put it to an end. So I don't really want to speculate that way. But backup position for the goalie for Montreal for next season, I mean, that's fine. That's open. So I'm going to look at my 10 picks for possibilities that Montreal might go after for next season for the backup goalie for Patrick Roy. We're going to look at experienced goalies. And I'm not going to take any wild picks. Or I think Montreal wants to find an experienced guy where they don't have to worry about him. And that's not to say Charlie Lindgren wouldn't be in the running, but we'll get to all of that. And that is right here at Talking Habs, the home of Habs hockey, where everything is dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. So if you just give me a sec, you won't notice it because it's going to seem like a flash. I'm going to get the board. All right, so we definitely know Montreal needs a backup goalie. Whether or not Charlie Lindgren can be that guy, I don't know exactly. Whether they're going to give a shot to Caden Primo, I hope not. I hope Caden Primo develops properly. It might take him 2-3 years to get up here, but he'll be developed properly and be ready to be here once he gets here. That's what I'd like to see. So we need a backup goalie here for at least one season. And more than likely 2, possibly 3, but figure 2 seasons. So I thought I'd look through the list of free agents for next season and guys that maybe they could trade for that Montreal would be interested. And let's get right to it. So in number 10, and it kind of goes from what I think maybe least likely to most likely. So number 10 is Jonathan Bernier. He is not a free agent. He's Detroit's, I guess he's Detroit's starter. Jimmy Howard is the backup. I've heard talk for Jimmy Howard. I just don't feel confident that Jimmy Howard, who is a free agent, can do the job. And I don't really want to see another case of Keith Kincaid. Whoops, coming in here. So Jonathan Bernier is 31 years old. He has 1 year left at $3 million. He played 46 games this season. He went 15, 22, and 3 with a .295 goals against and a .907 save percentage and 1 shutout. And those numbers to me are surprising, but I've been doing a lot of Habs history, and the numbers from back in the 80s and 90s just not the same as today. Even the worst goalies have close to a 900. Like the starters, if you have a starter that doesn't have a 900 or better save percentage, there's something wrong. So Jonathan Bernier, I don't know if they want to trade him or not, because like I said, Howard is a free agent. I don't really know what their goalie position is, but Jonathan Bernier is French. He always plays really well against Montreal. But then again, you know, sometimes you get those guys that really they killed you when you played against them. They come to your team, and they don't do anything. So I don't know. So Jonathan Bernier, number 10. Number 9, from the Rangers, Lundqvist. Henrik Lundqvist. King Henry. He's 38 years old. He has 1 year left, and this is the killer here, and why he's number 9, is $8.5 million left. So if there was a deal struck, and believe me, I think the Rangers are trading him because they have Georgiev, and they've got, and I don't remember his name now, their backup from last season who came in, I think, won 9 of his first 10 games. And I think he's the future, and I think they're looking to get rid of Lundqvist. Not going to be easy at $8.5 million. They'll definitely have to retain probably half of his salary. But if they could do that, that's not too bad. He played 30 games, went 10, 12, and 3, had a .316 goals against and a .905 save percentage with 1 shutout. So I think Lundqvist could be an option. At number 8, from Dallas, Kudobin. Almost forgot how to spell it. He is 33 years old. He's backing up Ben Bishop on a good team. Now, Dallas, the reason why Dallas might be interested in trading him, I think, is they need help on offense up front. We've got guys, we've got prospects that maybe we can work out a deal. I don't know, but he's definitely an option. He is a UFA, so we don't have to make a trade. Sorry. Take that all back. I thought we were making a trade here. He's 33. He's a UFA. He made $2.5 million last season. 30 games, 16, 8, and 4 with a 2.22 goals against and a 9.30 save percentage. Good backup. Don't know what he'd have to sign as. Don't know the term, but you kind of don't want him for more than 3 years. You got to figure by 3 years, Primo's ready to come in and start being the backup. So I don't know if that works out. Number 7 from Pittsburgh, but in the minor system right now. But I thought he was pretty decent when he was playing. And the reason that they put him down there and left him there was because of Tristan Jarry played awesome last year. But Casey DeSmith, he's 28 years old. He has 2 years left at $1.25 million, which would be perfect, 2 years left. He was in the AHL last year. He played half of the games down there, 41 games played, 18, 18, and 2, with a 2.92 goals against and a 9.05 save percentage with 3 shutouts. You might say, well, that won-loss record's not great, but got to think of this. Pittsburgh was decimated by injury last year. They must have called up a ton of guys. That Wilton, Scranton, whatever the name of that team is, must have been decimated. So his numbers are pretty good for a team that was probably constantly changing. So Casey DeSmith, who I thought they should go after during the season when it was obvious Keith Kincaid wasn't going to do the job. And I mentioned it in a couple videos. At number 6 is our current backup, and that is Charlie Lindgren. I have him at number 6 because personally I don't think he can do the job. Nothing against the guy personally. I don't have anything personally against Lindgren, but he is 26 at this point, so he's just about in his prime. You never know, maybe his next season is his breakout season. But he should get the opportunity in camp. I do agree with that. He should be in camp. But I do believe Montreal will have a backup plan. So he will have competition in camp. I'm sure. But I think Lindgren should get a shot. I don't know. He'll have to have his breakout year this year to get the job. That's what I think. Or the cap goes down and Montreal has no option but to keep him. He is making, well, he's 26. He's on a 1-year contract left. He's got 1 year left at $750,000. So if the cap goes down, you might see that Lindgren is the guy. 6 games, he was 2-4-0 with a 3.33 goals against and an 8.88 save percentage. He likes to have only one number in his stats. Next up, and I'm not so sure because this guy's getting older and I don't know that he can do the job, but good goalie. Ryan Miller was a good goalie. He is getting old now. He is 39. Oh, I don't know why I'm writing 39. I'll tell you guys. He's 39 years old. He's a UFA. He made $1.125 million last season, so definitely affordable. 23 games with the Ducks last season, 9, 6, and 4 with a 3.10 goals against and a 9.07 save percentage. So his numbers weren't bad. He can handle probably 25 games. The age bothers me here. That's the only thing. But Ryan Miller was a good goal. You can't take that away. Next up, from Chicago. Oh, I can. Remember to cap it in between. Corey Crawford. Corey Crawford is a 35-year-old UFA. He made $6 million last year. With Chicago, he played 40 games, so almost half the season. Oh, played more than half the season. I forgot when he finished the season. 16, 20, and 3. 2.77 goals against, a 9.17 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Now, Crawford's coming off of a couple of seasons where he was injury-plagued, but he had a good season last season. He's a UFA. He's from Montreal. He's a Habs killer. No matter where they play, he kills the Habs. I would imagine he'd want to play here. Thing is, at $6 million last season, what does he want to play here? Will he accept the backup role? These are questions. Corey Crawford could be an option. Next up, from the New York Islanders, Thomas Greiss. Greiss is 34 years old. He's a UFA. He made $3.333 million last year with the Islanders. He played in only 31 games, which I was surprised, but Varlamov had a good season last year. And Varlamov's a little bit younger, and you can see why they got Varlamov, because they can kind of maybe move on from Greiss. And, yeah, and keep going with Varlamov, who had a pretty good season last year. This hasn't finished yet, I get it. So he played 31 games, 16-9-4 with a .275 and a .913 save percentage. So good numbers. And yeah, Thomas Greiss, he plays good against Montreal usually, but not always. But he's a good goalie. He'd be a good backup. Does he want to come here as a backup strictly because he's behind Carey Price? He's going to be a backup strictly. Next one up, another older guy from Edmonton, Mike Smith. Mike Smith, he's 38 years old, UFA, made $2 million last season, so imagine that's affordable. He's 39. He went 19-12-6 with a .295 goals against and a .902 save percentage and a shutout. Mike Smith is definitely an option because his age is the only thing that bothers me here. His money, the money is good. His numbers are good. He's already a backup, so he's not a problem with that, being a backup now. I like the option of Mike Smith. I think he looks like he's got a couple more years left in him. So I like Mike Smith as an option. Now, the number one option, and I think everybody's got this as the number one option, and honestly, I think it is. When I first thought about it, I thought, no. And then I thought, well, wait a second. There's a lot of good things about it. And that's obviously Jaroslav Halak. Jaroslav Halak. He's a free agent. He is only 34 years old. He made $2.75 million last season. So, I mean, it's doable. 31 games that he played, backing up Raz. So he's a backup. He knows he is. He went 18-6-6. 239 goals against, 919 save percentage, and 1 shutout. And I like Halak as the possibility comes back to where he started, backing up Carey Price. I'm sure he'd be okay with it at this point in his career. I think he wouldn't mind coming back to Montreal. Good, solid, dependable goalie that you know if Carey Price gets hurt, you got Jaroslav Halak. You know he's going to be good. You know he's going to do the job. I think that a number one priority for me, if I'm Marc Bergevin, I go after Jaroslav Halak. I go after Jaroslav Halak, and even if the cap comes down, you find a way to work his money in because he solves a huge problem that you're having. So there you go. That's my ideas for backup goalie for Montreal for the next season. Whenever that may be, we might be starting in the fall, and we might not, and who knows. It's all up in the air. So if you like the video, give a thumbs up. Appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, head down there, subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. And please leave any comments in that comment section who you wouldn't have on this list and who you would replace them with and who your number one guy is. In the comment section, I really love to hear what everybody thinks, but I think most people are going to agree with Halak. That's my opinion. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay at home, and be good. Peace out. See you next video.